It's a brand new video and my fingers match my shirt. I am feeling happy today. I look like the bluest sky. A happy whatever day to you. It's Monday for me. My friend Barbara Bardot hit me up in the DMs and wants a wig. And I was like, yeah, I can totally make a wig for you. Barbara wanted something to go with her purple bodysuit. So purple on purple is gonna be perfect. We're working with 6 foot lengths. We're gonna have the hair half up, half down. And then this up here is going to be like a sort of bump it that's gonna add extra volume. So I've been making yarn wigs. I guess the first one I made was my magenta one. And I made that one, I wanna say 5 years ago when I was living in Toronto. I've learned a lot of things on the way, and now it's finally time to do an official Europa Queen yarn wig tutorial. So in order to make the classic Europa yarn wig, we need to do 5 steps. Measure out the hair, make wefts, attach them to the wig cap, ventilate the lace front, and style it. In order to make a yarn wig, you'll need the following things. Yarn, wig block, crochet hooks, tape, hot glue, 1 lace front wig cap in your shade, and probably some headphones because you're gonna wanna listen to like an audiobook or a podcast because you're gonna be taking some time. Aside from that, there's a few other odds and ends that you'll probably have lying around your house, but that's basically it. So yeah, from here, we move on to step 1. Step 1, we need to measure out lengths of yarn and have them all ready to go. I bought a few accent rolls of yarn. This is gonna warm the wig up. Then we have this one. It's like a mixture of colors, but the texture is also a little bit bulkier, and I think that's gonna add some interest. This has a technical term, and I will be using it from now on. This is known as a skein, S-K-Y-N-E, a skein of yarn. And when you're pulling from a skein, there's obviously going to be one end that wraps around from the outside, but it's actually bad for you to use that one. You're better off grabbing the one from the inside, and it just pulls out smoothly. If you have a roll of yarn that doesn't have that, there is a way to find it. You're gonna reach into the butt of the yarn and pull out the tangle in the middle and detangle it, and you've got yourself the inner end. Basically, I distanced 2 chairs apart to measure my lengths. The weights keep the yarn from pulling the chairs together, and the tape keeps the yarn from slipping off the top. I use the tiles on the ground like a big measuring tape, and I gain some length from the width of the chairs, so I take that into account and reduce accordingly. I'm putting the skeins into the couch, and I'm securing them with a couch cushion, and this means that I can just pull all of the lengths together without anything moving around. Works really well if you can do it. From here, we wind the yarn around the chairs until we run out. Please be advised that having the yarn slip over a chair or having a chair fall inward is disastrous at this point. Detangling a pile of yarn like this is nearly impossible, so always check that the chairs are weighed down and try not to make your lengths too tight. The chairs may creep together over time. As long as it's no more than a few inches, you're good to go. At the ends of the skeins, you can just like cut them off because getting those to like cooperate is kind of tricky if you think that you can spare the yarn. Tie it in the middle on one side and then on the other. Now we're just gonna cut all the way down the middle. So now we need to cut up here, but we need to save some that are double long, like this, for the lace. Kind of grab, I'm gonna say a solid handful. Keep it separate. Look at the color. I'm so happy with this. In total, this was maybe an hour of work. Hopefully nothing went wrong for you, and we'll be ready to move on to step 2. Yay! So, step 2. Basically, we need to turn all of the lengths of hair that we made into wefts. So here's a regular wig, and if I flip this inside out, there's all of these wefts going horizontally across the width of the wig. So we have to make those ourselves. And how do we do that? Tape and glue. My estimation is that we're probably gonna make 6 wefts that are all about this long, and that is going to be plenty for us to cover everything we need. So let's make a weft. All right, so start by putting a layer of tape sticky side up, secure the ends, and then put a layer of hair onto the tape, all the way to the end. Then get to gluing. Anywhere where there's tape, you're gonna put glue down. Use parchment paper and pressure to lock the glue into the wefts. Do this section by section so the glue doesn't get cold. When you're finished, gently pull the weft off, and you're good to start the next one. If the tape is still sticky, which it probably will be, you can go ahead and reuse it. And just rinse and repeat until you've gone through all of your wefts. Step 2 is complete. We have all of these beautiful wefts made. I have 6. I think that's gonna carry us through the entirety of the wig cap. Step 3, tomorrow, working on the wig cap. Woo! Hello and good morning. I feel like a G.I. Joe today, but gayer? I don't know if it's gay enough. What do you think? This is where somebody tells me, honey, she's gay enough. So we're moving on to step 3, which is gonna be attaching the wefts to the wig block. I didn't list it as one of the essential things that you need, but you really need it. This part's actually really easy. We just attach the wefts to the wig cap. I've just hooked them up here. It's peel and stick at this point. I just pull apart the wefts as needed and I stick them on with glue. And you can see here that there's an ear flap in front of the sideburn. Definitely abide by that so that the ears are comfortable in the wig and go in line with the hair and how it normally would fall. Especially when the glue is locking some of the hair into place, you need to make sure that it looks seamless and you're not doing it at an angle where it looks strange. Do this all the way to the crown of the wig and we'll touch base when we get there. So we're at the top now. With this last weft, I'm going to take care of that little back part. The last thing to do is to make this this part. If I was to flip the weft so that the glue side was facing outward, and then flip it inside out, you actually get a part. So I just need that much. Cut off the bottom. Literally it can lie flat on one side and stick down. A little bit of glue. Actually, that is revealed. So I'm gonna take another piece. Well, I ended up doing not just one piece, but several. And I did this technique where I'm laying some glue down and I'm pinching the weft to give a really, really natural edge. And then I'm gluing those basically anywhere where I notice that the wig looks like it could use it. This is really just like to taste, and I'm just moving the hair around, checking the volume, seeing that everything is balanced and symmetrical. And once I was really, really happy with it, then I moved on to testing it on my own head. This is the wig sans lace. It actually feels pretty light on my head. You can take a look on the inside. Around the ears might need a little bit of adjusting, but that's okay. I don't think there's anything else to say at this point. We're gonna start ventilating this, and I'll take you guys to the table and we can do that. We have now moved on to step 4, which is the magical Europa signature step, which is ventilating. Ventilating is where we weave hairs into the lace to make it appear like the hairs are growing naturally out of our head. So weft, 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 and then in here, all these hairs are individually ventilated. A lot of people make yarn wigs out there, but I don't think I've seen a single other person that ventilates yarn wigs. So this is a Europa official step, which will put you a leg up above all the other hoes. You're gonna need the following things. Your lace front wig cap, double long lengths of hair, and at least one of these. These little treasures right here are crochet hooks. I get mine off of Amazon. It comes in a pack with some larger ones and 2 small ones. I can't find them individually, but these ones are actually really good. They're really well stuck into the base part so they don't pull out. Ventilating lace has a little bit of a learning curve to it, but once you get in the groove of it, it's quite easy. We're going to poke our crochet hook through this lace. Take our length of yarn at the end. Make sure the latch flicks so it is closed, and pull her through. We want to pull through to the length of either strand is dead even. Then, this side that's underneath, we're going to pull through again. Locate a spot very close to where the initial hair went through, flip the latch over, and pull it through again. And it's going to make a tiny loop underneath, and you're gonna have 2 beautiful strands of full-length hair. Right, as I fill at the front, I wanted to chat about ventilating. A few tips. 1, keep the colors random. Sometimes nature might give you 4 purple hairs in a row or 2 pink strands side by side. let it happen. 2, pull the second hair vertically behind and to one side of the first hair. This keeps the lace looking more natural. 3, if you're not happy with the colors or the look, don't be afraid to intervene. But remember, God made dogs, but we made them into loaves that can't breathe right. So strive for better, Bethany. Welcome to day 3. Hooray, we've made it. It's the final day. I'm not happy with how wiggy the wig is looking. So I'm gonna go back in and pull some of these out to try and break up this front. Thing. Okay. So after fixing up the lace, I decided to make some discreet wefts using a row of double long lengths glued together down the middle. These were cut to size and attached just behind the ventilated hair. Glued everything into place, and the cold pack I've actually been using to speed up the whole gluing process. It's actually worked like surprisingly well.
So she doesn't need any more volume. This little back patch, I'm just gonna do some regular tracks.
Down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is now the final step, which is to style her. Get her all detangled right from the root. I tried to use a heat gun to straighten it. I don't know if it really worked, but anyway, I went in afterwards and gave her a trim. I cut some light layers in and gave it a little bit of shape. Before we ship this thing off to Barbara, let's take this thing for a spin, shall we? Hi everyone! Well, this is the wig. Finished! I made a little fountain poof out of the top. This is it. It's so cute! I think Barbara's gonna love it. I asked her if it was okay if I could just throw it on before I gave my baby away. So this is the Barbara, named after Barbara Bardot, my first customer ever, and I am naming it after her. And I think there could not be a more perfect name because it is Barbie. You can see how the lace front turned out. So you can see the lace from close up. From back here, girl, she's gone. You can always take some powder so it perfectly matches your skin tone. This is not going to be matching me, so I'll leave that to Barbara. I think the parting is so beautiful. It looks spaced out. It does not look like a wig. It looks like it's growing out of my head. It's insane. So thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. I hope that it was comprehensive. It took me a lot of work, so I really hope that you guys learned something from it. Feel free to ask me questions if there's anything you want to know desperately. And I am so excited to package this up because I have yellow tissue paper, so I can do all complementary colors. Okay, so this took me 3 days to make. On the 4th day, I got engaged and tried her on. So you could do this in a week, but honestly, it has taken me 5 years of learning how to make these things and how to keep them looking beautiful and keep the thing from falling apart or constricting the blood flow to your head, and to teach all of you how to do this yourself. So, thank you all for watching. If you want to see me do something, please comment and let me know. I don't even have earrings on. I am a criminal. She's a Barbie. She's a Barbie princess. Thank you all so much. I love you all. I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah. Mwah.